It costs you nothing to hit that like button, family. Big Chap TV, where you know you gon' see that truth, that now this game so free. He give it a cut, that's how it's gotta be. It's Big Chap TV.
What up, family? Cost you nothing to hit that like button, fam. Now, we all know that Hernandez Govan have been found not guilty on the charges of killing young Dolph, right? Being the mastermind. Must say that it was a shocker to not only us, but PRE members too, right? Now, with that being said, with everything that I was seeing being said in court, if you were following the channel, I'm like, oh man, that's for sure. Homie are gone. Like, it ain't no way around it. They finna try to hammer fam. Now, when it comes to evidence, before we get into details, this is what the court go by. Regardless of how we might feel in the streets, or, you know, Govan is guilty, or whatever the case might be, this is what they go by, fam. But what I'm not understanding is, when it comes to Memphis, it seems that they bring charges upon people without fully investigating things. You feel me? And that'll cripple a trial. And I'm not saying that homie is guilty, but this is not the only situation that we have seen that go on in Memphis that crooked. We seen even when the Memphis police beating the dude. You feel me? Like, it's a lot of crooked system things go on in Memphis, and they wanted them gone because this was Dolph. Dolph took care of the city of Memphis. The mayors, everybody loved Dolph, fam. So they wanted to convict somebody, and even though they got the 2 convictions, but they wanted some extras. And I believe, fam, I don't know if he was guilty or not, but I can tell you this. PRE Kenny Money, after he was found not guilty, PRE Kenny Money went to his social media, and he was speaking on Memphis failing the city again, pretty much saying that Govan was guilty, right? Now, Govan just went on an interview on No Jumper, and he was asked about how he feel about Kenny Money saying what he's saying. He said if Kenny Money was a real gangster, and he was saying he was liking his music, he was rooting the nigga on, he didn't have no problem with it, but he said if he was a real gangster and he was really feeling that like he was feeling that about Dolph, he would rather see him free where he can do something to him than see him locked up, right? Now, a lot of gangsters say this. They say this all the time. I'd rather see my ops free than locked up. That way we can get at it, right? This is what Govan's sending to Kenny Money. Like, you rather see me free. I mean, you rather see me locked up than free, pretty much saying that means you don't want to do nothing, right? Now, with that being said, fam, the arrogance that I've been seeing from Govan is crazy. The things that he's been saying, you can tell that he don't rock with Paper Route. We all know that he had a relationship with Big Juke, yeah, but you can tell that he really don't rock with Paper Route Empire, and it puts you in the mind like, what, this man really guilty? You feel what I'm saying? Why is it that the things that he say about Dolph, if y'all go through his interviews from Vlad, from No Jumper, everywhere he's been doing interviews at, watch how he talk about CMG and watch how he speak on PRE. It's a separation in Memphis when it comes to the 2 anyway. You feel me? And I'm not just saying that just with him. But to be on this trial and going through it like he went through it, fam, and to move like he moving on it and saying the things that he's saying, because one would think I wouldn't have no problem really with nobody over there if I wasn't guilty, if I got nothing to do with this. But when he speak highly of CMG and he speak low on PRE. But one thing I do know, you know, whether a man be guilty, whether a man, you know, guilty or not, one thing I do know when it comes to the Most High, he got his way of dealing with all of us, fam. You know, we never get away with nothing. It might seem like it on the surface that we getting away with it, but at the end of the day, we really not, fam. Because the Most High got his way of working, and when it comes to the mental health of a person, knowing that you have had somebody killed or you killed somebody will ride you, fam, for the rest of your years, and what to where one would never have peace and joy that he's searching for, because you know what you have did. I'm not condoning no violence anymore, fam. You know, I have did it so much. I've seen so much. I'm seeing so much of our youth, you know, that's losing their life or in and out of prison to a law system, fam, that it seems that nobody is trying to fix, to be honest with you. You feel me? Because the reasons why is because that in and out, that cycle of jail, they getting paid for it. Just like hip hop, everything that we do, they got their hands in it, even our criminal activity. They get paid for you doing criminal activity. So when it comes to parole, probation, all these games that they playing, these slick hang 'em tree games that they doing in today's time, it's the same with me. They sent me to prison at 15. Just think about that, bro. Just think about that. They could have sent me to a school to reform, to learn, to come back out and be a better citizen. But they sending you to prison at young ages around animals, turning you to an animal. You dig what I'm saying? I look back then, I had to be an animal at Newport, fam. If you wasn't no animal, you was getting they'll take advantage of you. So you had to be about that life, fam. So think about it. If you trying to reform me, but you sending me somewhere to where I gotta be about that life, you know, that's not prison reform, fam. Certain units was gladiator school, you feel me? And I said all that to say, when it comes to the system of what we seeing with this charge with Dolph, Govan, how the murder went down, how Straight Drop was still dropping videos after, fam, still dropping video after the murder, really taunting the murder. This how much niggas want to be on in Memphis when it comes to the rap game. This is the limit that they will go to murder, fam, in order to get a deal. I remember it was a time, you know, the limit was driving to New York, going out of town, trying to get a deal, pulling up on the labels. Now the limit, they'll take it there as murder just to sign $100,000 deal or just to get $100,000. I mean, man, it just don't make sense at all. And we hearing the National Guard when it come to Memphis that Trump trying to send the guards up in there, it done got so bad. Will that be a good thing? I heard the mayor speak out on that situation and said it wouldn't be a good thing because the last time they had National Guard presence in Memphis was the time that Martin Luther King was killed, and they don't want to bring them feelings back again. And I kind of understood that, you know, when the mayor said that. But when it come to Govan, you know, when it come to, you know, his bias, being biased against paper route, I mean, it'll make you think like, was homie really guilty? But the evidence wasn't there. We know that him and Gotti brother was cool, Big Jook. But if you a street nigga, like you say you a street nigga, Big Jook on some street shit, you feel me? It make it look like, hey, he was hollering at homie because he known for this, you feel me? But either way it go, like I say, at the end of the day, fam, Govan saying if Kenny Money about that, he should want to see him free to where he can do something to him. But I will keep y'all updated on situations though. But make sure you hit that like button, family, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm out.